Um, as a kid, I came like responsible really fast because I stopped being attracted to my babysitter. I'm like, my parents are like, wow, look at you, cooking, cleaning, you got no emergency contacts. What got into you? I'm like, yeah, it's because Rebecca shaved her head. So now I guess it's time for me to step up, and now you guys can save some dollars on date night. Yeah, just give me a key. I'll be all right. I'm 8 years old. It's time for me to start looking after myself. I want to move to Japan because I hate being in a neighborhood where I feel like I could run into my distant relatives at any given moment. Right? I'm sitting here like, yeah, I don't feel safe right now. They're like, why is that? I'm like, because everyone here looks like they're about to ask me for $20, and that's what my second cousin would do. So I don't want to be here. I was forced to go to a magic show recently because my friend hasn't forgotten that I accidentally kicked his cat down the stairs. He's like, I'm saying, he wasn't even in the magic show. Like, he just wanted me to go really bad. It's annoying. I'm like, you just like manipulating people for the love of the game? He's like, hey man, don't hate the manipulator, hate the manipulation. I'm like, yeah, he's right. He's a good manipulator, man. He's right. I don't take out the trash during the day because my anxiety comes with the belief that I can read people's minds. Like, I'm so sure my neighbor thinks that like my garbage fling form is way off. You know what I mean? Like Rob, my neighbor Rob, he's like, hey Aaron, it's nice to see you. I'm like, hey, I've been working on my fling form. Don't worry. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, my fling form. I've been getting my hours in doing practice. And, my fling is gonna be. I'm gonna be able to fling that boy perfectly in a couple days. It's like, yeah. I found my prom tuxedo in my closet because my bad financial decisions love to follow me home. My dad's like, you're supposed to rent a tux and own a house, but now you own a tux and rent a house. Got it backwards. I'm like, well, the idea was that I'd wear the tuxedo to job interviews, and I guess that didn't really work out, but that was the idea. I was like, let me buy this and then it will come in handy in a couple, and my mom used to get mad at me like all the time because she could tell that I felt like somebody and she didn't like who she thought that I was. You know what I mean? She's like, why are you walking around here like an Arabian prince? What the heck's wrong with you, dog? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is just a towel. This isn't a towel. I just got out the shower. Relax, chill it. Like. My face still looks like I'm from a small town because I'm not in a rush to be beautiful. They're like, are you sure you don't want us to put makeup on you? To get camera ready. You sure you don't want makeup? I'm like, nah, because cystic acne reminds me of where I come from. I have an online shopping addiction because I don't have the attention span to recognize how lonely I really am. They're like, how many Dragon Ball Z necklaces do you really need? I'm like, well, enough to make me feel like I have somewhere to go to wear them, right? My little cousin, man, he talks to me crazy. My little cousin talks to me crazy because he doesn't know that he's not good enough to make it to the NBA yet. You know what I mean? He's like, Aaron, you a bum ass dude, man. You just a bum. I'm like, oh yeah, that's funny right now because you think your jump shot's good enough. You think your crossover still works, but that's not gonna be funny in a couple years. I'm able to listen to my mom's pointless rants because our friendship is just an excuse for me to shop. She's like, that's what's wrong with your generation. You're lazy. You want everything to be handed to you. You just don't get it. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. She's like, isn't that crazy? I'm like, yeah, it's crazy that this jacket's 25% off. What were you saying? I just booked a trip to Vegas because it's really hard to admit that I'm at the lowest point in my life right now. People are like, how are you booking these expensive trips, going on vain trips, pointless trips, when everything's going on in the world right now? I'm like, hey, man, I'm not depressed about what's going on in the world because the world's not depressed about what's going on with me. So, you'll figure it out. One time my family cut my vacation short because they decided to investigate my disappearance. They're like, we haven't heard from you in 6 months. I'm like, yeah, it was supposed to be 12. Thanks for nothing, no. I'm the happiest person on the avenue because I believe that God is a strawberry ice cream. I'm like, shit, I smile every day because like the menu on the ice cream truck is like the key to salvation to me. They're like, I think that's just an addiction. I'm like, no, that's the church by the waffle cone. That's what I call it. You should convert. Stupid. I have every episode of Bob's Burgers memorized because I've never been my best friend's best friend. I'm like, hey, you want to come over and watch some episodes? He's like, nah, I'm gonna be hanging out with my other friends. I'm like, oh, okay. So we must have a different definition of what friends are because you met them niggas yesterday. I had to stop teaching yoga because I'm not happy enough to convince people that God exists. Like what you're supposed to do is like smile at him and be like, you will be okay. But I'm more like, you'll be alright. And I guess that's not as effective as it turns out. So once I get happier, maybe I'll be able to effectively make people believe that peace exists. I think my friend is a picky eater because her son has had like 7 stepdads. I'm like, no one could get that. None of these guys could get that lasagna just right. She's like, sure. Yeah, none of those guys could get the lasagna just right. I'm like, that's crazy. How good is your dad's lasagna, nigga? Wish I could have tried it, I might have to cancel my gym membership because I think I want to give self-love a shot. If I ever gain 20 pounds, that means I accepted something deep within myself, The guy at the gym's like, why are you canceling your membership? What you about to just lose your life? I'm like, no, I want to cancel because the happiest person I ever met was not conventionally attractive. So, I don't think the nuns at the church work really hard because they never want to go on a beach vacation with me. They're like, Aaron, I'm not going to Miami with you. I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to hear about how God's work is so exhausting because I'm offering you a break and you're just not taking it. But like, we want you. It's very obvious that you want the church to pay for the whole trip. I hide my face from God because I'm only recognizable when I have a list of demands. I'm like, hey, dog, like, why am I in this world why did you put me in a world where no one likes me, no one messes with me? Like, why would you put me in this world? He's like, hey, bro, this conversation's all in your head. I'm like, oh. He's like, yeah, bro, I speak in signs, man. Stop talking to yourself. Get out there. I'm like, yeah, but do you have a vision for your life? He's like, hey, bro, go out there and do something. I'm like, man, I'm so demanding. I have a couple energy healers in my contact list because blaming my parents for everything is starting to get outdated. She's like, I spent a long time healing your root chakra. How do you feel? I'm like, oh, so it's not my dad's fault that I don't know how to talk to people. She's like, all right, we're making progress. Progress is being made. I pretend not to recognize people in public because I have a complicated relationship with body lotion. They're like, why are you pretending like you don't see me? I'm like, because my ankles are way too ashy right now to be all buddy with you. Yeah. can't, my hands, I'll see them, I'll text you or something. I miss my friend's moving day because I get sleepy when people ask me to do the impossible. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be on the top floor of my apartment building. I'm like, that's crazy. But my alarm clock's gonna be broke for the next week, so I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but good luck. I used to wear sweatpants to formal events because I wanted to intrigue the people that wore bow ties. I'm like, look at me, I must be interesting and deep because I wore flip-flops to the prom. Be like, no, we just assumed you were mentally ill, so we just left you alone. I'm like, you assumed correctly. I can't enjoy movies anymore because the only person I can relate to is the cameraman. I'm like in the theater, telling my friend, I'm like, yo, like it was just crazy. I related to him so much, like, cause he's not supposed to be in this world, but he is in this world, and then he just gets ignored by all the principal characters. I can relate to that. They're like, okay, but what did you think about the movie? I'm like, see, that's the thing that distracted me the whole movie, so I have no idea what happened. They're like, you just wasted $14 to stare at the shaky cameraman's work. I'm like, kinda. I don't know, the way he was shaking empathized with me, I guess. I don't know.